ball game.
Savannah's history is very well documented, but not the subject of it, not the story of baseball.
It's a love affair with the game of baseball that goes back a long, long ways in Savannah, all the way to the Civil War.
The very first photographed, we believe, photographed game of baseball was at Fort Pulaski in 1862 with members of the New York Infantry.
Brian Lee decided to combine his interest in history and baseball. The result is Savannah's Baseball Story. It's filled with old photos and stories of some of the famous and not so famous players who've taken the field here over the years.
Shoeless Joe Jackson was a Savannah Indian in 1909. He moved back to Savannah after, he was done in the majors, opened up a dry cleaning business.
I heard a story about Babe Ruth hitting a monster shot here, and I think I've heard that in every town I've lived in. Is it true?
It is true. I've actually seen the photographs of it. They couldn't appear in the book, but he played here, and I think it was 1935, his last year in the majors with the Boston Braves, and they played a team out of Statesboro, the Georgia State Teachers College, which turns it now to be Georgia Southern University. And he came, played a couple of innings, and hit the famous home run that he always seems to hit, and then left town and didn't never come back, as far as I know.
Jackie Robinson didn't receive quite as warm of a welcome the first time he came to Savannah, shortly before breaking the Major League color barrier. The game was canceled that day.
Mutual consent between the Montreal club and the Savannah club, apparently.
Wow.
Lee found that Savannah's baseball past is full of characters and says some of the best stories he discovered were about guys most people have never heard of before.
He's an interesting fella. Like to drink a lot, apparently.
All part of Savannah's rich baseball history, the legends and the legendary stories that rekindle the love affair with America's favorite pastime.